Hello. Let's get started. Let us begin with eating some cake. In game, of course. Um, I don't want to tell you guys how long it took me to get my hunger bar down. I was literally sat here spamming A, praying for the best. So, really, I didn't know that corn. That makes sense, but I didn't know that. I'll try that next time if I remember. But yeah, I'm hoping. I think this is enough to fill me up. It is. The more you know. Dude, that cake's been there for like ages since the house got redone. Okay, so today on the agenda, on our little stream we're doing today, we're planning more aquarium stuff, but we're also drop prepping. So there is that. Let me drink some water because I feel like my voice is dying already. But yeah, I haven't streamed, and I have been playing Minecraft in that time, so it's not like I'm jumping back into what we were doing last stream. There has been progress made. Corn, thank you for the 13 months. Jesus Christ. Tier 1 resub. That is crazy. Thank you so much. That is crazy. Thank you so much. Happy, well, it's more than 12 months, but happy 1 year. You were the first sub, yeah. That's crazy. Okay. So yeah, we've already done some prep. Some additional prep. But we're going to be doing some more. Is it daytime? It is. Okay, the aquarium. Now, obviously, I don't want to spend every stream building this, and if I did, like, I'd still be building the walls to this day. So, I did a lot of stuff off camera, off stream, you know, a little bit of mining off stream. And this is the progress we have. Very, very nice. Dude, this took a while. I mean, it was mostly the corners. Once I got, like, it was this corner, right? I think it was. Once I got this corner ready, I was like, yeah, I can progress. Because, like, I just didn't really know what to do. And when I don't know what to do with a build, I kind of just leave it for a few days. And when I do know what to do, I can come back to it and go ham. But yeah, I've tried to make it as like wide as possible. I think this is a fine size. We've also made some adjustments to the like hill that was here because it was pretty ugly. I might have to like bring it back a little bit because I don't know what I'm doing with this. I don't think I'll do like a staircase, honestly. I might just do like the water droplet again. Usually when I don't know what to do, when I don't know what to do, I do other things or watch people do things. Yeah, I mean I was watching Hermitcraft yesterday, so that definitely helped. I mean, Gem's recent episodes and Mumbo's recent episode as well were really good, so that helped quite massively. Um, but yeah, if I'm struggling with something, I don't really want to force it, so I'll come back to it and then come back to it type of thing. But yeah, I'm very in love with this build. I can't lie to you. It is really nice. But yeah, obviously there's a few things in the air. Oh my god, I didn't realize it was on the map again. That's interesting. What's this? Oh, that's strange. I'm guessing it's the cave, right? Interesting. It's bigger than the hotel. It is bigger, yeah. This was like the area, I think, for like the more grand buildings, I think. So the motel, not the motel, the museum. That's what I wanted to say, but I combined hotel and museum together. Um, Probably gonna be in this area as well. So there's a few things up in the air still. Obviously, like I know for the flooring, we'll show the sugar boxes off in a second because it's really depleted. But we are going to be using this, but I want to use more stuff. Like I don't want it just to be a plain cyan flooring. So I've got that to sort of plan out. But yeah, we have ran our supplies. These are the dark oak chests. Yeah. Glass. You used a lot. Thankfully, not a lot of glass, really. Which is good because the roof will be glass. It's going to have, like, spider legs of planks, but sections of glass. If that makes sense. I don't really know. So, like, imagine, like, for example, connect this block to the furthest one there. Glass section, then wood, then glass, then wood, then glass. Type of thing. That's kind of the idea I have for it, although I need to test it in creative. I haven't tested it out yet. But yeah, that's kind of the plan. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'll do pixel art. I'm not entirely sure. We'll see. There's still like a ways to go with this build. Like, I want to do something here. So like these stairs were upside down stairs originally. I don't know if I showed that off on stream, but they were upside down stairs. And now they're obviously not. I think I prefer it like this. So I might put like fences here. But I haven't figured out like if I'm going to do walls. Like andesite walls or deep slate walls. Or spruce fences, because the connection with spruce fences, or not spruce fences, dark oak fences, there. So I don't exactly know. Deep slate tile walls. That was definitely like the one I was alluding to the most. Let me sleep, or let me get my bed down so I can sleep, and we'll bring the stonecutter around. I've moved the stonecutter around so many times, it's unbelievable. Where is it? Is it that side? Deep slate tile and fences. So we'll see how we'll test it. Maybe see if I've got spare wood in the dark oak chest. So I haven't seen what it looks like with VV yet, so I'm very excited to look at it with VV, because the sea lanterns and stuff will really pop out, I think. Okay. But yeah, the aquarium's been very, very nice to build. Like, I've had a lot of fun with it. It will be... I have no spare wood here. I mean, I've got logs, but I don't really want to tap into that. Let me take the planks. One day you should turn down your game's brightness. Wander around the world. Yeah, maybe. I don't know, I'm too used to max brightness, I think. Am I on? I don't even know how you can tell. Video? Yeah. Yeah, we're going to hope we have enough dark oak wood for this, but I highly doubt it. There's a wolf somewhere. Where's the wolf? It's not buried. I know it's not buried. Could be under here. Yeah. I do need to. So the plan with this area, obviously, because the flooring is going to be here. I'm not going to fill this up because I feel like this could come in useful, like in the future. Like if there's any other aquatic mobs, I have a basement, right? So I'm going to basically spam torches before I do the flooring. Not light up. I was thinking about path blocking it, honestly. That might be the way to go. yeah, I don't exactly want farm animals. So yeah, path blocking probably seems the way to go. And plus, saving coal, save the environment, all that jazz. Um, do I have? I do have some deep slate. Okay. So we're just going to turn all these into tile fences. And if we need more, then we'll retrieve more. Okay. You'll be able to hear them. That's what. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we'll just path block it. All good. And we could do that like right now, to be honest with you. Because I don't know, like there's been a few structures that I'm trying to like plan for the future. Like a few builds I'm planning for the future in case something else happens to it. Like in case like more additions for that thing. So yeah. I feel like the aquatic update, like, or rather, more ocean stuff is honestly very likely. But that might just be me. Okay, so we're going to experiment real quick on what one looks better. This? Or this? They can spawn on grass paths? Really? I don't think they can. How do you spawn proof it then? I don't think they can spawn on grass paths. I could be wrong, but I think looking at this, you do that. So what we'll do is we'll just spam these. Probably made too many, but always good to have stuff that might be left over. You never know. Yeah, I'll look into it, but I could have sworn I know hostile mobs don't spawn on path blocks. Because like my area where the shooting range is has path blocks. Frick. One thing I probably got too much of is end rods. I didn't think I'd need so little. And I've probably used like a few stacks, I'm guessing, but I way over prepared, I think, for the end rod department. But we could still use end rods for the interior. There is definitely a possibility. Yeah, I rarely use the Minecraft wiki, so yeah. I thought you can spawn in them. I knew that. Yeah, makes sense. Okay, well we can do that today. Honestly, it'll take a while, but it's worth doing. But I think I just locked in yesterday, like last night, and just like got what was it like this like the entire area. I think like this corner, and then that corner over there. It's a lot of stuff, but I said to myself when I was making this originally, I was like, it will start off slow, but when I'll memorize the pattern and like the design, I'll like get these done very quickly. And that's exactly what happened. So here's a void apparently. That's amazing. Yeah, I don't know. Like sometimes I'll have like little bursts and stuff, and you know, I just like I said earlier, I've had some enjoyment when making this. The aquarium's becoming one of my favorite builds, so I did want to get the actual like structure done before the drop releases because the build won't be done before Minecraft Live or when the drop releases because I need the update right to fill in the aquarium properly. I mean, I can do some of the, like I can do the guardians, I can do the adult axolotls and stuff, but the baby turtles, the baby axolotls, I can't do right now. So I can get them like prepared, which is what I'm going to do today. Like I've got all the turtle eggs. I need to get the baby axolotls, but can't place them because otherwise they'll grow up. Temperate frogs can be grown in biomes that spawn in cold pigs. Yeah, I need to think about frogs if I'm going to include them in this. Because that's probably free enclosures. The tadpole stuff as well. I'm going to have tadpoles, I think. So if I have tadpoles, I'm going to have frogs. Do you ever get dry corners of your mouth that are crusty and sore? I don't think so. Or maybe I just don't notice. But I also need to build a bridge here as well, because these are technically like connected. The aquarium and the wildlife centre are pretty, you know, connected obviously. Okay, I'm thinking trapdoors as well on the blocks. Maybe. If you eat a lot of salty food, that happens. Yeah, I mean, I don't really season my food. Not because, like, I don't, like, A, have seasoning, or B, don't like seasoning. I just don't choose to. So I rarely have salt on my stuff. What I do... okay, right, we're gonna... Pathfind. Okay, so... Let's get rid of the grass first, right? It's quite huge in your, like, hand when you mine stuff. I didn't really even realise that. I just eat crap all day. I mean, I do as well, to be honest. I do not eat healthy. And that's the thing, right? Because, like, people my age start to, like, consider that stuff. Like, oh, I should start eating healthy. I have not. If anything, I've gone in the... Well, I've always ate unhealthy. I just, like, have a low metabolism. Is that the one where you don't really gain weight? I don't know. I can never really tell the difference between high and low, so... High metabolism, yeah. I don't know. I've always been super skinny, so... I kind of have just always ate shite, which isn't, I know, ideal, but I'm not pretending to be, like, a health guru at all. So, it's okay, as long as I'm not pretending to be, like, some health scientist, you know. Okay, so what we're gonna mine this grass, and then there's little pockets, right, where there's, like, in between the deep slate blocks. We'll do that first, because it's just gonna be more convenient for us. And then, we'll do the actual area. And then, well, I mean, to be fair, if I ever need to use this area, all I need to do is mine the grass, which I'll have to do anyway, right? Do I have enough space for this? I think I do. Because if the flooring is there, that's... Yeah. I'll have plenty. Okay. Thank you, Serhan. Thank you for the happy affiliate. I greatly appreciate it. I know Twitch already prepares that message, but thank you. I appreciate that. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of insane to think about. It's been 1 year of my streams. I mean, obviously I streamed beforehand, right? But like, I guess, I mean, I've spoken about it before, but I took it more seriously when I had affiliate because obviously when people started paying me, I was like, okay, I can't really just put out garbage. I have to actually think about what I'm doing. Which isn't what I was doing before. I'm not saying I'd put out garbage, but I was a lot more laid back. How are you today? I'm doing good, son. Yeah, I'm doing good. Hope you're doing well, as always. Okay, let's do this little box for now. And if an animal spawns in here, I probably will cry. But I mean, like, when I tried to do the Mushroom Island thing, when I was like dirt pathing it, none of the Mushroom spawned. I know I didn't spawn proof it that much, but I don't mind laid back chill streams if like you do them sometimes. Yeah, I mean like chill streams are fine. I mean like um what do I mean when I say like crap content? I mean like not engaging with chat that much, not really talking that much. Um like I kind of this might sound bad. When I like how I know I've done a good stream is if my throat hurts that by the end of it. Is that bad? Probably. But it means like I'm talking, right? Which is very good for me to, I guess, know. I don't know, that might sound really fucking weird, but it's one of the measurements I use to tell myself, oh, that's a good stream. Okay. There's a spitter. And a zombie behind me. We're gonna ignore it and hope it burns to death. I'm gonna leave this for now, because again, I don't know what I'm doing here. So we are gonna do these though. I'm assuming I did that, the other side. Do you want a hug or something? Spiders, I know like they're like not aggressive really during the day unless you attack them, but sometimes like the way they walk up to you is like kind of sus. Wait, what is that? Oh, it's Prismarine. Okay. Do you want a hug or something that just kills them? Yeah, don't tell anyone else, but I've done that in real life. Anyway, I think we're almost done with this. Okay. Yeah, I see it. So that should be all the like the awkward gaps, and now instead of being awkward, it's now just tedious. So there's that, I guess. It says, what would happen if I saw you in person and got starstruck? Would you hit me over the head? Yeah, I tend to do that around people. Happens sometimes. Okay. This will take a while, but we must persevere, because it will help us in the long run. Unless if future Michael needs to destroy this, then I'll blame Mojang because of them adding more aquatic mobs. I swear to God, Mojang, if you add another aquatic mob in the summer drop, I'm gonna punt a fish in the face. I swear to God. Okay, realistically, crabs? I could have, I mean, depends, like... Are crabs in aquariums? I don't know, maybe I could... it depends what they do, because you never know what they could do with crabs. They might make the crab claw, or like crab food. Would penguins be there? So like, my thing with penguins is I think I'm doing the same with... I'm doing the same with penguins as I did with polar bears. In that... I know it's weird because it's not consistent with the warm animals, like the armadillo and the ocelot and stuff, but having them in their own, like, cold, like, it's incredibly cold, right? So I think it's better to have them near the Lightborn camp, or make a new Lightborn camp, but I'll probably just plonk them, as long as they don't interact with polar bears, probably just plonk them in Lightborn camp. Then maybe a cold mob, temperate. If they're temperate, then yes. But I kind of... the thing is, like, I want penguins to be, like, above, right? Maybe? So this is why it might have 3 floors. This floor, like, eventually will be a floor of, like, aquatic mobs, eventually. I don't know. They can't fly, how will they be above? I'm gonna force them to fly. But yeah, I mean, have they said any other, like, aquatic mobs? Obviously we know sharks could come into the game as fantasy mobs. That's definitely possible, but I don't think it's likely to happen, like, soon. But I feel like the whole, like... I think the Nautilus did kind of, like, teach Mojang, oh, we can add animals and, like, give them some weird element. Which is, like, what we've been telling them for the past, like, 10 years. But I'm glad they know that now, right? I think a lot of patterns or trends were started last year. And we just don't know it yet. But I think the drops genuinely were very... generally, not genuinely, were generally very successful, and they led to a lot of themes that are going to be consistent every year, right? I'm glad they're also loose on what makes a mob fantasy, because Nautilus is just larger than IRL, yeah. It's been 2 massive waves of extreme heat. It's going to be 38 degrees next week. It's been raining every day in the UK. I don't think it rained yesterday. But if it, like, poured rain earlier, like, when I mean earlier, I mean like an hour ago. But, hasn't stopped raining. Now, in fairness, I don't really... It depends. I don't really mind the rain. I prefer the sound of it. But, that's just me. Wasn't a record broken for the amount of time raining? Probably, yeah. I mean, I'd rather it rains, because, like, our summers are very bad. Love rain, I love the smell, the sounds, the feeling. Yeah, I mean, it depends. It depends, but the sound I can always get behind. That's crazy though. I remember there's like, well, I don't remember, but I learned that there's like a period of like constant rain on Earth. Like for millions of years, it just never stopped raining. And that's crazy to think about. Also very, very terrifying. I love that kind of like history of like what Earth was like. If the clocks are broken, why don't they fix them? I wonder why this is called broken clocks. Could you like... This is like my interpretation. Broken clocks is assuming that the time is paused, so does it mean that this song represents the player living in the moment and experiencing everything as it is now? That could be it. And that was very deep, but I mean, that's kind of my interpretation. Because it kind of gives me that feeling. Because also, like, when are we ever truly, like, in the moment of something? You know, we're always kind of, well, I know I am, always living in the past. And, like, terrified of the future. So you are thinking of the first and third, but you're not thinking of the second. And if anything, more prominent one. I named the song Sirens not because it had a siren, but because it was in one part the main melody only had one part audible, and that sounds vaguely siren-y. Interesting. I mean, this song to me is like the song of Minecraft. I'm biased because it's my favourite one, but to me this is like the sound of modern Minecraft. Which helps me because, you know, like, obviously I love C418's music, but like you guys know, like I tie it to a very shitty time in my life, so I have a hard time listening to it. But with this, like, I don't really... Has bad things happened whilst this song's been in the game? Of course, right, but I've not really associated this song with those bad things. So... I have a song called 33, and it's called that because for so long it was named Song 33. I don't have the, like, strong connection for it either. I mean, I have some connection to it, obviously, but there's not a good connection, right? Dude, I've been listening to this song called Devil in Disguise recently. One of my favourite songs of all time, probably. It's such a good song. It's about, like, the interpretation of the devil being someone with, like, horns and stuff like that, because, you know, that's what people often think. But, like, the person in the song is telling this other person that the devil's actually a guy with fully, like, with groomed hair and wears a suit and tie, basically saying, like, they're politicians. And it's really interesting, given the events recently. It's a very good song. I've been addicted to Cry For Me by Iron Mouse. I think I've heard that. Is that the song that people are shitting on recently? I found, okay, so like, I don't really care if you like it or dislike it. Like, I don't personally like it that much, but I found out that the song was released like years ago, and I was like, what? I thought it was released like not this year, like last year. I was very surprised. But that happens, you know. People will find like obviously, the Neighbourhood had their song called Sweater Weather that's really popular now, but it wasn't popular as much back then. Like, and that's like a 10-year-old song. I love that song. Yeah, I like it. It's an okay song. It's gonna take me a long time to get used to the crit sound. I love hearing it. I don't know if that's like just because I just like combat, right? So obviously I'm going to love it, but where are my ender? Oh wait, let's split in half. I was like, where's my ender chests? Okay, we're going to get more fireworks. We need to make some more as well, actually. Let me dump some stuff. This ring is not good, but we're making some progress. In case you're wondering what we're doing, the flooring of the aquarium is going to be like at this Y level. It's not going to be there, right? But I feel like I'm going to assume that the creeper spawned here and just walked off. I'm going to assume that's the case. But in the future, when Mojang add 50 aquatic mobs, I have a little underground place, and there'll probably be like enclosures like tied to the wall and stuff. But that's like far, far, far in the future, unless Mojang add 50 aquatic mobs tomorrow, which then actually would kind of help me because I can put them anywhere instead of just underground. Well, this isn't even underground, so. With the massive, what if the massive major update is an ocean one? I honestly wouldn't mind it. Out of every, so like, okay, put aside 1.9, but aquatic, village, Nether, caves, world. Out of all of them, I wouldn't mind the ocean getting another top up. But if you bring in combat, obviously combat needs to be updated, but I don't think combat is a modern Minecraft. Like 1.9 isn't modern Minecraft anymore. I think I count modern Minecraft as like 1.12, 1.13. But as someone that loves Update Aquatic, I would not be upset with another update. Yeah, exactly. 1.9 isn't modern Minecraft, yeah. But I do think people attribute like 1.8 and 1.9 as modern Minecraft. I never really have, to be honest. I mean, obviously, I probably did when I was like experiencing 1.13, but okay. You know, this isn't that painful to do. I guess because I'm not really thinking about it that much. Well, now I am. But it's not really that painful. How's our oh god, our shovel's taking a bit of a beating though. And so is my laptop apparently. Let me put my laptop on charge. Okay. But yeah, like, out of all like the older, I mean, like, I'd rather like, if we're talking about, I mean, I'd probably want archaeology instead, right? If they're not doing systems, right? If they're not doing like systems like enchanting or something, and it was something like the world environment, like structures or something, I'd rather them do archaeology over aquatic. But if they did do the aquatic stuff, like this summer, I would not be upset about it. Or whenever. I'm not saying the major updates this summer. Although, please, I'd really appreciate that, Mojang. It makes so much sense. Like, but hey, it's up to them. Back in 2021, not 1.21, I watched a Mamba video, and he said, "Don't repair your tools when they're still orange or yellow. You can go until they only have a sliver of red and they won't break." Yeah, I mean, I don't repair them. Like, I'll repair them when it's like slight, like orange going into red. You know, that kind of state of the tool, right? But I need to acknowledge that it's losing durability as well, so I don't forget. If I wasn't streaming, I'd probably repair it soon. But maybe not. I mean, Bedrock does need the whole, like, tool, like, durability counter. I don't know why we don't have it, but I feel like we should. It'd be such an easy thing to do, I think. Bedrock needs the whole offhand. It does. Maybe this year will be the year. Copium. I mean, they've only got 3 more chances. Because I do think the offhand is tied to the drop. I don't think they'll. It's not something. I don't think it's like subtitles where they'll throw it in whenever, right? Obviously, it releases with a drop, but it's not. Well, it doesn't release with a. Well, it's gonna now because it's delayed, right? But it'll release near a drop, but it's not tied. Like, the subtitles aren't tied to baby mobs, right? I just want another use for this button. And I guess, like, the preview does have that with the, like, when it tells you what block is in front of you. So, and again, I'm probably not going to use it that much, but just to have it there. So, this button's actually being used, because I don't use it, right? Offhand, something that doesn't need a drop. I feel like they could chuck it into a preview. Does it need one? I don't know if did I say it needs one? I don't. Okay, let me change what I said if I did. I don't think it does need a drop, but I think it will be a release of a drop. If anything, purely for marketing purposes, just so Mojang can get a win, to be like, by the way, guys, in this drop that's adding this, this, and this, we're also giving Bedrock the offhand. You know. But I don't necessarily think it's tied to a drop either. I mean, like, if I'm Mojang, I'm dropping it tomorrow, right? But obviously, I'm not Mojang. Yet. Yeah, I don't want them to do, like, a VV or Bob scenario where, like, half the drop is for the other version. And I know that's because the other version, like, has that feature, but still, right? Unless that version is getting parity stuff as well, but I doubt they'd use the opportunity to give Java Diable Cauldrons. Or, like, Trident Killers and well, they're not going to have Trident Killers, but still. I really wanted something in game that would tell you what mob you're looking at, because you can't tell what something's named on this. Yeah. I might be mean for this, but you kind of have that mindset, I feel like, because Java is missing. Yeah, it's just like, as a Java player, I'd feel pretty discouraged if, like, because as a Bedrock player, I view Bundles of Bravery as one of the best drops of all time. Right. I think that's an accurate assessment. But, like, as a Java player, one of the features has been in the game for like 10 years. The other one's kind of been in the game. Not, like, directly, but bundles were kind of already in Java. I know there's some technicality with it, but they were kind of there. So, like, I'd be like, what is this drop kind of thing? I'd have the issue that I have now, where I'd be like, okay, but I don't really care about this drop, let me move on to the next one. You know? And we know that now is... That was a Pale Garden drop, wasn't it? Yeah. I don't know, maybe that excited the Java players. Unless I just tell Java players to suck it up and realise that the other version needed that. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. Fair enough. I will say Java is, like, Minecraft's golden boy. I know people say Bedrock is the main version, and it is, on paper. Bedrock is the main version of Minecraft. But a lot of people at Mojang don't see it that way. A lot of people at Mojang don't even play Bedrock. But the main developers don't, I don't think. So... we're making a lot of progress. I think we will repair our shovel after this, because it will be probably like reddish. That's my guess. A Java player is the reason why God Apples on Bedrock were nerfed. Yeah. The thing is, like, okay, unpopular opinion. I know, golden like notch apples were broken, on Bedrock for the longest time, but I was kind of okay with that because the regeneration on Bedrock is so bad. So at least you had some. I know very expensive. You had some way to regenerate very quickly. Now you don't. Like, yes, you can still eat a golden apple, right? But or an enchanted golden apple, but I feel like the crafting recipe, being able to craft it is too much. I agree. That's fine. Um, but taking away its like brokenness and not accommodating for it, like if they took it away and then added better saturation and healing, absolutely fine. Zero complaints from me, honestly. That might be a cold take, but I wouldn't have cared. It's the fact that nothing came after it, right? Now maybe something will, but that'd have been like 2 years after, because it was like removed last year, right? After it was removed, so the whole purpose is to be powerful. Yeah. No, I agree. I do agree. It should be very powerful. If anything, they need more effects. As Minecraft has gotten, like, as Minecraft has evolved, I think Notch Apples, I need to stop calling, it's an old habit. Enchanted Golden Apples should have more effects. Now, should they all be 8 minutes? Probably not. But there's a way to counter that if you do want them to be 8 minutes. You make potions better. Stack them. Make them able to be 16 minutes longer instead of 8. So they're actually viable. I very rarely called them notch apples, I'll be honest. But I rarely say, like, I rarely talk about enchanted golden apples. So the Mankafuki redirects you to enchanted golden apple if you type gold apple. Yeah, I do remember I used to say god apple as well, but I think notch apple because a lot of people associated it with notch. So egg apple. Yeah, I used to call it egg apple as well. I mean, like in the PvP days, we'd call golden apples gapples because it was just, you know, easier. But we rarely got enchanted golden apples when we PvP'd. So, in fact, I think we banned them in most of our events. But I've got like 29, 30 enchanted golden apples, I think. In total, I've had like 35 probably. Because there's one with the banner pattern and then I've eaten a few. With a stack? That's crazy. Maybe one day, like, I'll work on getting a stack. Maybe. Like, in the far, far future. So yeah, this definitely... I know there's a cow here, but I'm assuming it spawns in grass. This definitely is spawn proof. That sheep spawns... Yeah. Definitely spawn proof. Yeah, I just don't want to explore ancient cities yet. Well, I mean, to be fair, whenever the portal gets lit, like you're able to access it, I'm probably going to use the ancient city we have for the research lab. Because I mean, eventually the sculk will be removed from that lab, I think. Because obviously the law with the lab right now is people of Lightborn aren't interacting with the ancient city because it's abandoned, right? So the lab is like in use, but the actual city isn't. So I could open up some lore about that in the future, The wiki showed me a trunker-based random seed, and has a mushroom island right next to spawn. That's really cool. That's really cool. You're gonna touch loot tables one day? Yeah, 100%. 100%. Honestly, like, okay, I personally think that the summer drop is the long-term initiative. If I'm Mojang, right, I'm probably doing the long-term initiative for this year as loot tables. Probably. It's massive too. You could turn that Mushroom Island into like an entire city. I mean, to have a well, like if you've got like an ocean by you, which I'm assuming you do, right? Put a mob farm there temporarily and do what I did. Completely destroy it. How do I get bones? Because I get rotten flesh from the gold farm. I get gunpowder from the gas farm. How do I get bones? How have I not run out of bones? With a skull farm? Maybe. Even then, I don't visit the River Skull farm nearly enough as I should. Can you move out of the way, please? But to be fair, like, what do I mainly use bones for? Bone meal. And I have a bone meal farm. So I guess that makes sense, right? Bloody hell, dude, I removed the mob farm ages ago. And I've still not run out of bones completely. That's kind of crazy to think about. I'm so tempted to make one, but also I'm forcing myself to manually farm things so I can play for a long time. Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, bone blocks as well need the actual bone meal, so that's good. That is very good. Unless I tame 50,000 wolves, then I think I'll be fine. For another, what, like 3,000 days whenever I destroyed... I can't even remember when I destroyed the mob farm. Okay, this has taken a while, but I'm glad we're doing because I was gonna have to do this eventually, right? So I'm glad to have done this. I'm hoping my shovel does this all though, so I don't dip into another one. Okay. With Jersey caramel fudge. I'm jealous. I bought Lindor yesterday for myself. Um, and Lindor's very nice, but it's also very sickly as well. Like, I didn't really feel that great after I had them, but no regrets. I was going to buy a bigger box as well, because there's like 2 boxes. There's like one that's like £5 of a club card, and there's like one that's bigger, like double that, basically. When I really don't want to burn my shovel, I just want to keep shoveling. I usually kill every mob nearby. Yeah. Like I went into Tesco's yesterday to get some Lindor, and like, obviously with Tesco's, you've got the like chocolate aisle, but you've also got like the seasonal aisle. Like this is where they'll put like Halloween stuff or back to school stuff, you know, when people are going back to school, or Valentine's stuff, right? So I checked the original like chocolate aisle, and there was no original Lindor. I was like, shit. So I was like, okay, surely there'll be some in the Valentine's area, and there was, thankfully, because I didn't want to have to go to Sainsbury's. It's so fucking expensive, so I didn't want to have to go to Sainsbury's to get them. I have a dumb inside joke with me and my brother where we call good things rich and bad things broke. Yeah, I treat myself as a king when I buy Lindor or like Ferrero Rocher. To be fair, Ferrero Rocher is like literal like royalty. I don't care what anyone says. They're so expensive, yeah. What's this light? Born? Oh, okay. Oh, I kind of have screwed myself a little bit. Just don't set anyone. Okay. Did I drop some? Oh, my pissing AirPod. Okay, I need to note that down. To remind myself after stream to get it. I hate the little like light pockets that sometimes arrive, even though it's deep underground. I just realised now that I'm kind of AFK, right? Please, for the love of all that is holy, do not spawn a creeper on this grass patch that isn't pathed yet. Please do not do that. Okay. No mobs. Oh, there's a spider. Spider. Spider really wants to be in the aquarium. Listen, man. Unless you can... Well, I guess you can swim, can't you? I wasn't worried for a second. Not one. I'm kind of worried about that zombie, but I feel like it spawned... I'm going to tell myself it spawned on the grass and walked. That's pure cope. That was a very tight kill. I was very lucky to get out, really. Okay. We're almost done. We could probably do this now, honestly. Okay. 133,000 channel points. I have infinity. I don't know why I have channel points in my own stream. I feel like shovels should have some more damage to them. I don't know. Of course, the two mobs in this grass patch are creepers. Or why wouldn't they be? I feel like a shovel would just give you a concussion. Shoot a dog. It's a Rupert Lowe moment. Again, guys, you're not drowned, okay? You can't come in the aquarium. I'm not gonna have drowned here. But look, okay, for some reason, I told myself there was a creeper by me. I don't know why. It's because this sound that of like path blocking the dirt kind of like has the hiss. I don't know why it does to me, but a streamer I watched accidentally killed his dog once a year ago. That's crazy. This is why I have all my dogs far away from me. And also because of lightning storms. But also because I don't want to kill them accidentally. Okay. Whew. I bet it looks funky on the map. Yeah. Yeah. That's looking dead and needed water. Yep, now let's go till it all. Fucking hell, could you imagine? Let's till it all and make it go back to grass. Okay, let me slap. Oh, there's mobs here. Never mind. We're gonna go far away and slap. Just gonna walk in here. Are you secretly a Mojang dev? I am not, Badoko. To my younger self's disappointment, I am not a Mojang dev. You would not like me as a Mojang dev, trust me. And by you would not like me, I mean Mojang would not like me as a Mojang dev. Ow. Okay, so trapdoors, I think, next. At least I still have to gift you to bathe. In Minecraft, there's no sense of hygiene, so I think I'm okay. But in real life, I shower every day, so there is no need. I'm not Asmongold. I do shower. Let me get some doors of the trap variety. Okay. Yeah, my cape actually is purple. It's meant to be a purple creeper. Fun fact. Okay, it's gonna be very annoying to do, but we'll just place them all and then flip them. I'm a genius. I know. Now the thing is, I don't know if I want to do trapdoors on the second block. I might do fences on this, so... Until then, we'll just leave it for now. A purple creeper cape would be tough, yeah. It would. Anything purple. I love the colour purple. Would you go crazy and have walls and fences on them? Could do. Could do, yeah. It's raining? Okay, bro. I've had enough rain recently, being in the UK. Can you please not? You missed one? I did. Oh! Okay. I will make this, like, better, by the way. I haven't decided what yet, but I do want to make that bit better. Obviously, we've got this part, right? This is what I meant with the corners. This part that I need to design. But I wanted to do them before or after I'd done all the corners first, right? I wonder if Mojang will add more dyes before the end update. I mean, I feel like you can, right? I feel like you do. I don't know if anyone remembers, like, when Minecraft was very, very young, there was original wool colours that weren't lime green, purple, blue, orange, pink. They were very different colours. I feel like you could just yoink that idea. Bring it back. We have 16 dye colours, right? That's perfect. 16's nice, yeah, but what about 24? 24's nice. But, I mean, 16's better because I have the sheep farm sorted. Or sheep wool extraction area thing sorted. And if I had 8 more colours, I'd be kind of screwed. So, hold that thought, Mojang. Maybe don't do it just yet. I feel like before they add more colours, they need to do more stuff with the colours we already have, right? Because there's a lot of colours that don't really have that much expression in them. Does that make sense? I don't know. If you spam jump while you're Elytra and Bedrock, you can double jump. Something I could see them doing in a drop. Yeah. 100%, yeah. I wouldn't mind it, honestly. As long as there was more stuff with that. Like, I feel like you could do, like, a villager variant that sells... I know there's, like, that guy that sells wool, but they need an upgrade, wouldn't they? Okay, I believe these are the last trapdoors in the universe. Okay. So the big question is, do we do the same thing? Tile and then dark oak? Or do we do something different? That is the question. The other question is, where's my fucking AirPod? Oh, I'm gonna throw a fit after stream. It's fine. I'll live. Do you want to go spiky? I don't even think it's just about going spiky. I feel like it looks better. Wait. Yeah, I feel like it looks better. So we'll do a layer of tile walls. Whole walls. Piss. Okay. Am I gonna have enough? I don't even know. I mean, I have enough for this layer, sure, but I'll probably have to make more. Which I'm not really worried about. We have the deep slate, it's just the dark oak I'm worried about. Fly! Okay. Oh! How did I miss? Okay, whatever. I wanted to fly here anyway. People on Twitter are discussing man-spreading and how incredibly painful it is as a man to sit with your legs closed. Thoughts? I feel like I probably man-spread quite a lot, but I don't... I've got like long legs, so I kind of like need to. But if there's like a kid or a woman next to me, I try not to. But if you're like a fully grown man complaining about it, then I feel like you need to grow up. But I do understand why like women may have negative opinions about manspreading. Okay, we have just enough, but we are going to need to make more, which means we're going to need more of dark oak fences. Absolutely. How's that looking? Hard to tell in the rain, but could be in business. Yeah, there's not really much like etiquette with people when it comes to sitting around others. Like I would personally like give up my seat for like someone. Like I think there was an example. I was like on a bus or train or whatever one time, like not recently, but within the past 6 months. And I was like, "Oh, do you want it?" And she said no. So I was like, "Okay, that's fine with me." But like, as long as you ask, like, what's the harm in asking, you know? Okay. Oh, I didn't mean to sleep, but... Okay. We have plenty of fences, I think. I kind of want to check out this in Vibrant Visuals, or with Vibrant Visuals. Okay. Not bad. You smacked your car leg with a door extremely hard? Fucking hell. That doesn't sound very nice. It sounds very painful. Honestly, like I've said, like in the past, if I ever end up in a wheelchair, shoot me. Because I just couldn't handle it being in a wheelchair. I'd rather die than be in a wheelchair. That's the honest truth. As well as like being blind. That's like the two things. I could deal with being deaf. But blind? No. Okay, I think it's just this now. Does this connect? It doesn't connect. How do we do this? We'll figure that out when we actually do the roof. Because the roof is going to be like only 1 block taller. So. I fell down the stairs, all from the top one, nothing happened. It was extremely painful. Yeah, I can see that. Well, no, I can understand that. I used to pretend I fell down the stairs to get off, going to school. Yes, I know, it was fucking weird, but I didn't want to go to school. So I'd like go down the stairs on my butt and like slide down the stairs and then act like I fell down them halfway through. And yeah, I'll be like, oh, I can't, I can't walk to school now. It worked a few times. Okay, so let's test this out in creative. Let me try and put my vision of the roof physically down. God damn, it takes a long time to sync worlds. I can't imagine how long it takes KMB. He's a 3 GB world. That is crazy. Okay, we're gonna lock in for a second. Okay. I've never broken a bone somehow. Neither have I, but I don't go outside, so that's probably part of the reason. Is KMB on console too? I think he's not. I think he's on Windows. If you're on PC, your world's not. What? I didn't know that. I got my finger thoroughly bitten by a pony. Yeah, I put my finger in a parrot's enclosure when I was like 10, 10, 11. Dude, I was just a fucking dumb kid, bro. I would do the stupidest shit. In school one time, some kid kicked a football at my friend and broke his arm. And the ball was hard as fuck. Dude, that's terrifying. I remember being terrified of that, like, or something similar happening to me as a kid. Okay, we're gonna just use a copy to put, or use a copy to test out the roof design. Send a message in macro stuff. Is that the vague roof type you're going for? Let's see. Yes, yeah, basically. Now the question is, do we have light blue, or should we try cyan? I feel like light blue is just better here. So if... Okay, let's test this out, right? You got glass. You would have glass up until here. Now, this is an outlier because it's a corner, so of course it's going to look weird. But it is important we look at the outliers as well. Hmm. Did you see Mojang rename the dimension files? I didn't. What do you mean? Wait, dimension files? And you'd have... Okay, so this is where it kind of matters. Because this is the actual roof. And then they renamed it to Dimension 0 to Overworld. Dude, I hate this guessing game I'm having to do with, like, Mojang stuff. Whereas, like, is this something? Because Mojang don't say anything at all. And in reality, it's probably a technical change. Yeah. And it's like, this wouldn't happen if Mojang, I don't know, communicated properly. But I'm just a fly on the wall, bro. Please don't hurt me. These files in Java for every dimension, and there were like 1, 0, -1 for each dimension. I mean, like, if you want to talk about the dimensions, I do think a 4th dimension is more likely than the end update. Now, I know people are going to say, but didn't they, you know, I don't like this, by the way. Didn't they say we won't update them until the end gets updated? Like, we wouldn't add a new dimension until all dimensions are updated. They did. And then Nembomb said that's not the case anymore. Now, I can kind of see why. Because how many updates does the overworld need before Mojang are like, yep, this dimension is done? How many never updates? Because they never got updated last year with Chase the Skies, right? So I just need so I don't know, bruh. It never feels complete, but is it? No. No, only there's one thing. But that one thing isn't really integral, so you can kind of just move past it. No, for real, the overworld is so expansive. Exactly. So at one point, I think the point you were like, the overworld is solid, is after Spring to Life. Personally. Now, of course, you have wider issues like the loot tables, the structures and stuff, but the environment, the biomes, are fine, I think, for right now. Especially right now. But I think, personally, Mojang have a better idea of what they want to do for the 4th dimension, being whatever is the portal in the deep dark, right? The ancient cities, than they do with an end update, which is really silly. Don't get me wrong. It should be the other way around, and should have been for years, but okay, we're going to fill this in and then see what it's like filled in. Piss. The dimension can be complete, but the gameplay in the dimension isn't. Yeah. The overworld biomes are fine, but the fact that they put all the biome vote features in the head just makes me think it's incomplete. Yeah. I think, yeah, the biome votes probably still need to happen, actually. Because I really hope it's not a portal. I prefer the idea that the civilization being really culty and worshipping. I think it's a portal. I think it's got some connection with Dungeons 2. But I don't agree with this whole notion that it's got something to do with Prismarine. I don't really see the idea behind that. Unless Prismarine has a new block set, which I would be fucking fine with, but I don't really know why. The relationship between Skulk and Prismarine would have to be changed. Because I think it'd have to involve Skulk as well. If it's anything, like my idea of this dimension has always been that it's pure, and it's the opposite of what the Skulk is, right? I thought it was just Ancient Portal. I don't think it's going to be like a Skulk dimension. If they did the Skulk dimension, that would be the lamest idea. If they did the Skulk dimension, I don't like saying this, but I would. I would say that Mojang are lazy. Because it is the most cop-out dimension you could do. It doesn't make any sense either, so you're not doing it from a sensical point of view anyway. Don't tell me suddenly the leaks were when actually it's also Prismarine. There is one, right? That people are talking about that like Prismarine has some kind of like link to the dimension. There's a link, like apparently Dungeons 2 is linked to this dimension, and I don't know how true that is. I think it is true, but to what extent, who knows, right? Okay, so how many do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, it's a odd number. Okay. That's the theory from the dimension from Legends, yeah. What do we think about this? Oh, we gotta place this. Wait a minute. Wait. Oh, I almost had a fucking heart attack. Okay, that's fine. It's annoying, but I'll recognize that. The Flint Steel with Galorp might be my favourite, I'm not even lying. I love the Galorps with like the knife and stuff. says the British man. I know, but I kind of walked into that, didn't I? I don't think the Deep Dark has been leaked. Do I think Mojang know what to do with it? Yes. I think they've got it planned out. But I don't think it's been leaked. I think this is like their biggest secret. Whatever the portal leads to is their biggest secret. However, if it is Skulk, I swear I'm going to be so pissed if it's Skulk. You have no idea. I probably wouldn't go to it unless it's got like some obscenely powerful stuff. I kind of like this. More needs to be done, I think. So now that we kind of like this, I want to see what it's like duplicated. It would be fun if they'd never add another dimension. There's definitely that possibility. But no, I feel like they've got a fourth one, at least, planned. No, 5th, 6th, and 7th. I doubt, right? But you never know. But yeah, I don't see Prismarine having any kind of role. They'd have to have another block set for Prismarine for it to make sense. In my personal opinion, but okay. The fourth dimension reminds me of the fourth element in Club Penguin. That was never really real. I mean, I personally would rather want the end update, right? But I wouldn't be. I do think that portal leads to a dimension. Makes no sense to me because they're so disconnected. Yeah. The Guardians would have to have. Sorry. The Guardians would have to have something to do with Skulk, which I don't really see. I obviously I love the Guardians. It's one of my favorite. Well, it actually probably is my favorite hostile mob, right? But I don't. I think they're like done. I don't really think there's more you can really do with them, and that's fine, right? I think they won't do it. Well, I think if they do it, sorry, it won't be like the Deep Dark dimension or the dimension from Legends because they like adding new stuff and being unpredictable. Yeah. Okay. Let's see how this looks with 2. So I'm wondering, like, can you strip one of these planks away? One of these rows away? Maybe you could, like, take away this part, and keep the vertical. I don't know if I got it right. But keep this, but remove this. password leak was real. Yeah, I think it was real. I still feel like you can raise the roofs. Yeah, but it's like, it's 9, right? So what do you do? Is this one higher? Right? And then this one's higher. And then this one's higher. And then that one's higher, right? Maybe? I'll figure it out, but what I want to do, because we are going to be ending stream soon, I want to just check if I've added all the glass panes, because I did this early hours of the morning. So I think those are fine. But just this wall, I think I've done them. But yeah, if it's like Deep Dark related, I'm checking out for the dimension. I'll obviously have to go to it hesitantly. I wouldn't want to, but I would probably have to. Right, so it'd be like a Pale Garden situation, I think. Oh yeah, how does this look? So let me get some... I forget what the block was. Let me just get it from the shulker. Let's pretend that the entire flooring is this as well. Oh yeah. Yeah, that looks cool. Isn't the flooring one block lower than that? Oh yeah, it is, you're right. Yeah. Still though, just for argument's sake. But yeah, I feel like a lot of people would lose like the... Because I feel like a Deep Dark dimension would tell us the lore. Now, would it be directly or not is the question. But regardless, I think it would. And it would kill the Warden. Well, the dimension is... What if the dimension is uncorrupted and there's ingredients in Skulk? I think it is. I think that's the case. I think it's a pure dimension that has Skulk living in it, but it's not the Skulk we know. Right? I think Skulk is like an element already without the like death of souls, right? Because that's what like Skulk is in the ancient city, right? It's the death of everyone there. But I've always said the Skulk is a virus. Inherently, I've always believed the Skulk, deep down, pun intended, is a virus. Okay, so there's still some elements I want to explore with this roof. For sure. But it's a good start, I think. Okay. It's like 5 different unassuming ingredients scattered in the dimension. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, with that being said and done, I'm going to stream here. Actually, progress was made. I know it doesn't look like it, but we did do some stuff today. We've got some ideas on paper and stuff, which is very nice to see. The aquarium's coming together very nicely. I still got to figure out the flooring, because I know we're going to be using cyan terracotta, but I want to add more to it. Because it just being a blanket cyan terracotta doesn't feel right to me. So, whilst that will be predominantly the main block, I might add like some more blocks into it. Why is Cook always under mountains? Interesting, yeah. Maybe the civilization brought them through, Mate's got kind of like that. Maybe. But on that note, guys, I'll wish you a happy rest of your morning, day, afternoon, evening, or night. Take care of yourselves, drink some water. I'll probably be live on Tuesday or Wednesday whenever the snapshot comes out. It'll probably be the last content snapshot of this drop, I'm assuming. Because we'll be deep into February, so they got to start wrapping it up for Minecraft Live, in my opinion. But we'll see. I do think there's not really much to do. They'll just wrap up the rest of the baby mobs, and that'll be it. But I'll catch you guys later. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Happy 1 year of Twitch affiliate. Thank you guys for the support over the 1 year. It's been pretty insane. I know we're a very small stream, but I kind of like that, to be honest. Yeah, happy 1 year affiliate. Here's to many more. And I'll see you guys at some point very soon. So take care of yourselves. My favourite streamer personally. Yeah, I'm my favourite streamer as well. Personally, I'm a very good streamer. As my mic makes a noise. I don't know if you heard that. Maybe you didn't. But yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Take care of yourselves, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Goodbye. If I don't find my AirPod, by the way, I'm going to lose my mind, and my Discord server will be the recipients of my anger. So if you're on the Discord server right now, brace yourself. Because I might flip a lid very soon.